Hey everybody, good afternoon. It's Golden Lady Shy, aka Stephanie Gold, coming at you with a new video. This afternoon I want to make a quick video and do a tarot read of the day. So I asked what message, I cleansed and consecrated this space, and I asked my guides what message would they like to come through and give today, what we can focus on, and this is what came up. So I wanted to just go in detail a little bit of it with you. So basically the bottom three cards are the way that I'm doing it in this spread. Everybody's different, but they're telling a story, okay? And then the top one I use is the advice card. Okay, so in this particular read, that's how I chose to do it. So the first one that we have is the Eight of Pentacles. So we see here a man who's laboring away. He's working on these pentacles, and pentacles in the tarot deck represent the material world or finances. And we see that, he's in the process of crafting them. And it also seems that he's very proud of the ones that he's made as he's displaying them up here, okay, for all of the people to see. So he's not directly in the marketplace. He's not directly in the city. He's, taking time away from all that, and he's laboring and he's focusing very intently, and he's working on perfecting his craft, okay? The second one that we have is the Nine of Swords, which I've done another video on before. And the Nine of Swords has a lot of symbolism in this card, but let's just talk about the main ones. You see a figure sitting up in bed. It's obviously nighttime from the black or darkness. The figure seems to be distressed and crying, or like if they had just woken up from a nightmare. And there's 9 swords that hang on the wall above them. And the swords in the tarot deck usually represent thoughts, okay? So as I said in the other video, when this card comes up, I usually ask people, what are all of these 9 swords? What are all of these thoughts that are hanging over your head, that are preoccupying you, that are keeping you awake at night, or that they're waking you up, disrupting your sleep? Usually when people get this card, they're not sleeping very well. Also, this card is something that comes I see it a lot, to let go, and you're working through all of this pain, okay? So pain, as I've talked about a lot on social media, I talk a lot about healing. It's not easy to heal, okay? But the results are well worth it. So going through pain and going through grief is a process, and so that's what I see represented in this card as well. Okay, so you see this figure that is kind of like letting go, okay? They're moving forward, but to move forward, you do have to move through that pain, okay? Excuse the background noise here. And then here we have the Eight of Cups. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we see a figure cloaked in red, red cloak and then red boots. And he's walking out towards the mountains and under the moonlight, okay? And he's surrounded by water, which water represents, this is the same water from the High Priestess card all throughout the tarot deck, so that represents intuition. And the mountains can represent like moving towards a higher spiritual plane. And see, these cups are upright, so he didn't knock them over, they're not spilled. It shows that, maybe he didn't burn bridges behind him. And cups represent emotions, so these could represent, life experiences and emotions that no longer serve this individual, and they're moving on, and they're going towards their higher purpose that they've been called towards. And they're being led by moonlight, which obviously isn't the same as sunlight. It's a lot easier to be deceived when you're in moonlight. You can't see as well, but you have to learn how to use your intuition and move forward, okay? Then we have the advice card. Is the Fool. So the Fool, you see here, like all the cards, there's so much symbolism, but generally you see a lot of happiness. There's a lot of yellow in the background. Look at the print is very, ornate on his clothing, okay, on his garments. He has a small bag, taking only with him what is needed. He has a white flower representing purity. He's looking up, he's stepping out. And he is being accompanied by this little dog. So this is like basically showing that you need to just take what is needed with you, leave the baggage behind, pick up that innocence, that purity that you had a long time ago, and walk out into your destiny, okay? So now that I explained a little bit about each card, let me talk about what they mean together. So I believe that the reading, what the spirits are saying right now through the cards and through this message, message is saying that, you know, what we can focus on is really taking time apart and honing in on our craft, whatever that may be, if that's music for you, if that's you know, anything, and whatever your passion is, okay? But actually putting it into practice, because so many people have passions and they have goals and dreams, and they really do have, you know, they're extraordinarily empowered and creative, but they put things, you know, always on the back burner, okay? So this is saying, go ahead, start doing it, start laboring, and don't, you know, put it out there. Start marketing yourself, start building up, you know, whatever if you're starting your own business, anything like that, you know, be proud of the work that you're doing, okay? And that may take you having to kind of apart yourself a little bit from all the hustle and bustle that's going on in the city. Not saying that you won't go back to that, but sometimes you have to take time out and focus very intently on perfecting your craft, okay? Whatever that may be. Another thing to focus on as you're doing that is work through those emotional issues, okay? Let go of the thoughts that no longer serve you. Don't try and skip the process. Don't try and skip the grief process or the healing process. You have to feel fully and go through that whole process, okay? So as you're working, as you're, you know, changing your focus and focusing more on your passion and making that a livelihood for yourself, don't skip the emotional part as well, okay? And if you do those things, you know, then you'll be able, right now, you just really need to trust your intuition. As you're letting go all of these past hurts and these past ways that you looked at yourself and that you thought about yourself, once you do that, you'll be able to go towards the mountains. You'll be able to go towards your spiritual purpose, towards your destiny, okay? And you're going to take all of these these emotional experiences that happened to you, and they only made you stronger, and they only helped you move towards the purpose that you've been called towards, okay? And learn to hone in and listen. And something that I heard that I shared on social media that was really good was it was saying, don't confuse your intuition with past trauma, okay? So that's something that everybody has to learn, because they can both, in the beginning, it can be really easy, okay, to mistake the two. So you really have to focus on learning your intuition and finding your way with this moonlight, okay? And it's really a beautiful journey. It's really a beautiful process, okay? And that's pretty much confirmed right here in the advice card of the Fool, okay? Let go of this baggage, let go of these swords. Take with you only what is needed. Take up that purity, take up that belief again that you can do it, that you can accomplish your goals. Because sometimes when we don't accomplish our goals, we feel so beaten down, we don't even want to try anymore. But you're still on this earth for a purpose, so don't give up for that. Take only what is needed with you and step out there, start that business, you know what I mean? Step out there into your calling, your higher calling. That's you walking towards there, just like the Fool, okay? So that's the message that I believe that the cards are saying today. I'm thankful to all the spirits and our spirit guides that are speaking to us through the cards. You guys, please visit tarotsolutions.etsy.com if you'd like to book a reading. And right now I have a promotion. If you book a reading on our Etsy site, you also receive 50% off a customized candle. And we have a lot of great things coming. So thank you guys so much for all the love and support, and have a wonderful day. Ashe.